All right, so by the time that you guys are watching this video, double XP as well as double drop events are going to be live for, I believe, the next 24 hours, or it could be all weekend long. I'll probably be able to show you guys in just a second, in exactly actually 15 minutes, once the event does go live. But unfortunately, this does mean that we are not getting an update this weekend. If we head over here to the Discord server, you will notice that they went ahead and made an announcement saying 100k likes celebration event, where they basically go ahead and mention that they appreciate all the support in the game for the next 24 hours. So it is indeed going to be the exact same as the double XP that we got not last weekend, but the weekend before last. The only difference is that this one is going to be double XP and double drop. Now, honestly, man, this is great and everything, but unfortunately, it's going to be not a great thing for the game. As we all know, the player base has pretty much been dropping every single day. Reason for this is because once you reach a certain point in the game, realistically around level 55, 56, and you have unique weapons as well as legendary armor, you're pretty much done with the game. There's absolutely nothing else for you to do. With the fact that there is going to be double drop as well as double XP, the vast majority of new players that are coming in are going to reach that level cap. So the tiny bit of players that were somewhere in the range of level 40, level 50, that were really making that final push to the end of the game will finally officially hit that now this weekend, and they will likely stop playing. Now, obviously, there is the select amount of players like myself that are willing to spend Robux. And for example, let me go ahead and switch over to my character selection screen. Like in my case, we'll spend 99 Robux to go ahead and unlock a second slot to be able to make a second character, which in my case is the mage character. If you've been keeping up with my streams, we've been leveling this up pretty much every single day. And realistically, we're already level 47. We've only been working on this character for roughly around 3 days. Story progression on it is literally 9%, so I haven't done any story on it. And with this double XP, we're probably going to be done with this in today's stream. Now, the unfortunate reality is that not everyone is going to be making a new character. Not everyone wants to do the grind all over again. And the vast majority of players, like I said before, are just going to stop playing. There is no guarantee that the update is even going to come out next weekend, because if we make our way back over here to the game news channel, you can see that at the very bottom it says, starting next week, we will begin sharing sneak peeks of the upcoming big update, along with more polls about balance and game improvements. Be sure to tune in for those pings. So throughout the entire next week, we're going to be getting sneak peeks, but does that mean that we're going to be getting it next week? Or does that mean that next week we are going to be getting another drop event, or we're just not going to get any event whatsoever? The game is in such a bad state right now for endgame players, but on the flip side, they have made codes a lot better. Like I mentioned before, as you're watching this video, the event more than likely already started, so you can go ahead and use some of these codes. DOC special reward, it's going to go ahead and give you 3 trade spins. Pretty decent. You're probably not going to get anything good with it, but pretty decent. You got 3 inventory slots, that's a W. 2 warehouse slots, also a W. And 150 faction points. Kind of terrible because you can't really do anything with 150, but to give them the benefit of the doubt, kind of a W when you mix it into everything else that was provided. On top of that, DOC 105k likes will go ahead and give you high tier scrolls and a special dish, which realistically, the high tier scroll is either going to be a blessed scroll, which I mean, I guess that's cool if you just started playing the game, but in reality, it's not going to be anything crazy. Also, it looks like some of the new servers are starting to pop up, and I actually joined one of them. So double XP and double drop is already active in here. So that means we can go ahead and go into codes, type this in, DOC special rewards, redeem. There it is. We went ahead and got ourselves all of our little, warehouse and inventory slots, which I mean, inventory slots, now I have 143. Shout out to Display for buying me a bunch of them with Robux. And then second code is going to be DOC 105k likes. This will give us, let's see, yep, so blessed scrolls, resurrection scrolls, which actually resurrection is pretty good. And then some exquisite plates, which I did already have them, so it just kind of stacked them up with the other one. Moral is, guys, is that I've been ranting about this not only in my videos, but also in my live streams and even the Discord server for the game. We will continue to see the player base declining, and it's just the unfortunate reality of there not being any end game content. There is literally nothing for you to do once you hit level 55. You've gotten your unique weapons and you've gotten your legendary gear, unless you're just an overachiever and you're planning on farming an insane amount of materials. And for whatever reason, you find it an extreme entertainment to just AFK in the game, potentially going after materials or whatever it may be. But as far as actively playing, unless you're into PvP or, like I said before, doing AFK stuff, there is just absolutely nothing to do in the game right now. Now, for those of you that maybe haven't played the game in quite some time and you're just sort of watching my video to keep up on what's going on. The marketplace is a little more lively now. You do occasionally see unique items like how I'm showing right here. And I mean, for the most part, it is for somewhat reasonable prices. I mean, 10 mil does seem like a kind of high price, but when you are in that end game range, 10 mil is fairly obtainable. And if you notice, there is a larger variety of legendary items, as well as even over on armor, there's a bunch of legendary items in here. And again, they're going for fairly reasonable prices, 200k, 300k for a 3% luck. Really not that bad, especially if it's just a starter piece and your very first piece of legendary gear that you're getting. It's definitely super doable considering I have like 600k on my alt, and it's strictly been off of just leveling up. Same goes over for resources. Everything is kind of everywhere right now, value-wise. There's some people that are still stuck in that delusional state where they think that Sulfur's 20k because they just, I don't know, haven't been playing, I guess, since the whole duping situation. But realistically, it's somewhere around here, the 12k to 14k range. Gemstone is also very obtainable now. And then when you head on over to pets, there is a little bit of a variety now where you're able to go ahead and purchase mounts from here. You got people that are selling evolved horses for 10 mil, which is absolutely absurd. Please do not buy this. And then you got the more reasonable people that are selling evolved horses for 750k. That makes a little more sense. As I mentioned, man, the market is a little bit everywhere right now, but there is quite the variety inside of the game now. And a lot of that really has to do with the fact that pretty much a lot of these things are meaningless to us considering the amount of farming that a lot of us have been doing. In my case, I'm level 65. Even with this double XP, I will not be getting anywhere close to 2.6 billion XP. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will go up 0.2%, which honestly, I feel like I wouldn't make a big deal about it if your second character slot was maybe for free, making the rest of them Robux. But no, even if you want to start a second character slot, it's still going to be 100 Robux, or you can go ahead and make an alt account and use the free slot on that alt account, which is just dumb to me. Like, level locking and then at the same time also charging people to buy their second slot for real money is insanity to me. If you told me that the game was somewhat optimized on the monetization side, then I would be like, yeah, well, okay, I guess they got to make their money somehow. But no, just to even log in and breathe in the game, they charge you Robux. So, I mean, do I even need to point out the fact that to have pinpointers on the map, you have to spend Robux? Like, the game is just poorly monetized. But yeah, man, aside from that, there really isn't anything else going on. I know this is fairly shorter video than what I usually do, and I'm mostly just ranting throughout the entire thing, but I just sort of wanted to make this video really quickly for those of you that maybe aren't in the Discord or are a little disconnected. Maybe you're playing a different game or something, which I don't blame you. That way you're now in the loop. You know that you can come back to the game if you want to finish getting those little bit of levels that you want to push to level 60, which is pretty much where your grind will come to a complete stop. And for those of you that want to grind some materials, maybe some sulfur, some gemstone, 2x drop is enabled for you guys to go ahead and take advantage of that as well. This upcoming week, I will be posting videos on all of the sneak peeks that we get, sort of dissecting them and getting a general idea on how you guys feel about certain things. We'll also go over some of the polls and of course our daily streams. So make sure that you guys are tuning in for those Monday through Saturday, somewhere around 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video, man. Hopefully you guys went ahead and enjoyed it. Let me know how you guys feel about all of this in the comments. I always enjoy reading that, especially for those of you that like to voice your opinions on some of these very poor decisions that are being made. No surprise there, but Nell just won the faction war. Of course, happens every single day. Either way, guys, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care.